So the latest issue of Sports Illustrated is out, and the Indiana Fever are gracing its...
Not long ago, the Indiana Fever struggled to fill seats. Now they're on the cover of Sports Illustrated, celebrated as America's team. That's the Caitlin Clark effect, turning a struggling franchise into a championship contender practically overnight.
Talking about America's team, and I can't help but to get all patriotic inside. When we're talking about America's team, I can't help but to feel all red, white, and blue inside the Indiana Fever Grace WNBA Preview 2025 Sports Illustrated.
The Indiana Fever's rise from the bottom of the league to becoming a national favorite is about more than just one superstar. It's the result of smart rebuilding, strong veteran leadership, and a team that's no longer chasing greatness. They're ready to claim it. All kicks off May 17th against Chicago in what could be one of the most anticipated regular season games in WNBA history. If you're hyped, drop a fired up for the Fever in the comments below. Let's go.
Big four, folks, the big four. Kelsey, Money Mitch, put them in a, you already know. Aaliyah Boston, DeWanna Mama Bonner, salute to the Pope. And we got Caitlin Clark Kent, the big four for the Indiana Fever.
Just 2 years ago, a game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse felt almost deserted. Rows of empty seats and a quiet arena. The Indiana Fever ended that season with a crushing 5-31 record, the worst in the WNBA. They weren't just struggling, they were invisible. No headlines, no buzz, no hope. Imagine this, nearly a decade without a playoff appearance, fewer than 2,000 fans in attendance per game, the lowest in the league. When you're that deep in the cellar, the climb back up feels not just difficult, but nearly impossible.
The team is definitely in a different place than it was last season. I love the addition of DeWanna Bonner after being with the Connecticut Sun, who is now being sold because they don't have practice facilities. And, you know, she has talked about how, like, honored she is, and like, just, you can just read it on her face, like how happy she is to be there and like to be so supported by such a great fan base.
But this is where the story takes a turn. The Fever's rebuild truly began with a pivotal decision, selecting Aaliyah Boston as the #1 overall pick in the 2023 WNBA draft. For the first time in years, Indiana had a true cornerstone, a foundation to build around after wandering in the basketball wilderness. Yet, even with Boston's impact, the 2023 season ended with a 13-win campaign. Progress, but still far from enough. Then came the moment that changed everything. In the 2024 draft lottery, fate smiled on Indiana. The ping-pong balls bounced their way, securing the #1 pick once again. What followed was the arrival of Caitlin Clark, and with her, a transformation unlike anything women's professional basketball had seen. Suddenly, tickets sold out in minutes. Games became must-watch events. National media couldn't stop talking about the Fever. A franchise once unable to fill half an arena now had fans clamoring for seats. But what makes this story so compelling isn't just Caitlin Clark, it's the entire organization's commitment to long-term success. With Kelly Krauskopf back at the helm as president, the Fever weren't just riding the wave of a superstar. They were building something real, something sustainable, a contender designed to last.
Is much more to the W's most watched team than the Caitlin Clark show. I kind of love that they included DeWanna Bonner in this cover because she is an integral member of the team. And about a month ago, there was a video going around that Kelsey Mitchell had posted, just some random video of all of them in their red, rebel red uniform. And everyone on social media was like, what is going on? Did they get new uniforms? And you could tell that they were at a park, and it ends up that they were shooting the cover of Sports Illustrated.
The Sports Illustrated cover says it all. Not just Caitlin Clark, but Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Annalisa Smith standing shoulder to shoulder. This isn't a one-woman show. It's the story of a team rebuilt from the ground up. When the players first saw the cover, their reactions spoke volumes. These weren't athletes accustomed to national magazine spotlights. The surprise, the pride, the pure joy on their faces captured what words couldn't. After years spent in the shadows, this moment of recognition truly mattered. It was validation, not just of talent, but of resilience, patience, and belief.
Wow! This turned out so good! This period fever dream! Y'all wish that was you, huh? My bad. Oh, this looks so good. Ooh, that is fire.
And now the reveal for everyone waiting.
Just beautiful. Beautiful work of art. I love it. That's sick.
That Sports Illustrated cover is more than just a striking photo. It symbolizes years of patience, intentional rebuilding, and strategic vision. The Fever didn't simply stack talent. They built a foundation for what women's basketball could represent in Indiana and beyond. Now, the Indiana Fever have emerged as America's team, a franchise that's capturing the attention of diehard basketball fans and casual viewers alike. The SI cover isn't just a milestone for the Fever. It marks a defining moment for the WNBA itself. It signals the league's arrival in mainstream sports culture in a way we've never seen before. Bold, undeniable, and long overdue.
It looks so good. It's so dope. That's so good. That's popping. Okay.
Oh, this is so nice. This is so amazing. I've never been on the cover of a magazine like this. I can't wait to show my mom, man. I'm grateful for stuff like this. Shout out to the Fever Dream.
We're not here to chase greatness. We're here to claim it. That's the new mantra of the Indiana Fever, and it perfectly encapsulates the moment they are living in. Their rise is no accident. It's the product of bold vision, strategic alignment, and perfect timing, blending rising stars, veteran leadership, and an organization finally prepared to own the spotlight. From worst to first, the Fever's transformation is the kind of narrative sports fans live for. Because when the most transformational player in modern sports joins your franchise, everything changes. Caitlin Clark didn't just put on a Fever jersey. She shifted the league's entire gravitational center. Suddenly, Indiana wasn't the team players overlooked. It became the destination they were drawn to. The Fever's front office saw that shift coming and moved decisively. Drafting Clark wasn't the final step. It was the first. From there, they aggressively added experienced talent, building a roster designed not for slow development, but for immediate impact. This isn't about a 3-year rebuild anymore. This is about winning. Now.
Did have a little bit to say about the Fever's recruitment in the offseason. It kind of drives home the whole, nobody wanted to play in Indiana. It negates it, actually. Sorry, it doesn't drive it home. It totally negates it. And she says, people want to come here and play with us and be a part of this organization. Honestly, in our case, it worked out pretty fast. Everyone wanted to come.
When DeWanna Bonner chose Indiana, the basketball world took notice. A 6-time All-Star and 2-time WNBA champion, with more playoff experience than any active player, Bonner had her pick of destinations. Traditionally, stars of her caliber join proven contenders, not teams in the midst of a rebuild. But Indiana was different. Something special was taking shape. Bonner saw more than potential. She saw purpose, momentum, and a chance to be part of something transformative. Her decision sent a clear message. The Fever were no longer rebuilding. They were ready to compete, and ready to win.
DeWanna Bonner, the Indiana Fever have signed one of the all-time greats who brings major big game experience to Indiana along with her. Bonner is a 2-time WNBA champion and quite literally the most experienced postseason player ever. Her 87 playoff games are more than any player in WNBA history.
Caitlin Clark didn't just arrive in Indiana. She went to work. Embracing her role as a franchise centerpiece, she jumped straight into recruitment mode, personally reaching out to free agents and pitching a shared vision for what they could build together. It didn't take much convincing. Players around the league saw the momentum and wanted to be part of it. When the most electrifying young player in basketball calls, you answer. Veterans came on board. Sophie Cunningham brought grit and championship toughness. Natasha Howard arrived with defensive versatility and 3 WNBA titles to her name. These weren't random signings. They were calculated moves to fill specific needs the coaching staff had clearly identified. Cunningham's relentless energy and Howard's seasoned defensive presence are the perfect complements to Clark's playmaking, Boston's post dominance, and Mitchell's scoring. Together, they are not just forming a team. They are forming a contender.
The majority of all of the players that are not on rookie contracts, except for Lexi Brown and Kalani Brown next season, are going to be free agents. I think that's 80% of the league if you take out the rookies and those 2 players. And There's going to be a lot of change. I'm curious about all the shakeups, like who's going to stay on the field.
The Fever's approach wasn't about assembling a roster of big names for the sake of star power. It was about strategic team building at its best. Every addition was carefully selected to fit their system, ensuring the right balance of talent and cohesion. This wasn't a fantasy basketball team. It was a focused effort to develop Clark and Boston while positioning the team for immediate championship contention.
Franchise has always been about players. It's always been about basketball. And it's about anything we can do to help the player become the best they can be. This is really a huge example and an opportunity to show the rest of the league and the world and that's involved in women's sports what it takes to be a high-level athlete.
It's an unbelievable day for the Indiana Fever. Another step for our franchise, again, to make this the best franchise in the world.
Indiana's commitment to excellence extended far beyond player acquisitions. The team unveiled a state-of-the-art $78 million practice facility, covering 108,000 square feet, a bold investment in player development that rivals any team in the league. This wasn't just about building for one season. It was about laying the foundation for a dynasty.